Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Bobgar here, and we are playing $10 Elves today. And this is not the best hand. It's missing a few pieces, but I think I still keep it here. Let's keep and see how this goes. I'm on the draw too. I have a good chance to draw into something. One of my 8 search spells or combo pieces or something. I'm a little like the problem right now is I just don't have I don't have a lot of, like, I don't have any lords, and I don't have any. Okay, this is probably red-green Tron. That's actually probably pretty bad for us. Well, Ezuri is exactly the kind of thing I was looking for. Might be a little slow to utilize him, but that's alright. I'm going to start off on Llanowar Elves. At least he's not going to have turn 3 Tron, but Tron is still a pretty scary deck for us. Yujin will wipe our board completely and basically take us out of the game if he drops Yujin turn 4. So he gets that, and he Sylvan Scryings. He very well might be on path to a turn 4 Tron, and with this hand we're likely much too slow to beat a turn 4 Tron. Although, like I said, it does depend. If all he has is Karn is actually pretty beatable for us. If he has some other things, we might be in a little bit more trouble. I gotta put out my ramp, and then I think probably put out Dwynen's Elite, because that's the only other one I could put out. I could rush out a 3-drop, but the only 3-drop I have is Ezuri, and he doesn't really do anything from getting rushed out, so not the best to rush out. And then next turn I'll have to figure out what I want to do. Okay, does he have... Yeah, okay, he just breaks the expedition map to get his last piece. Alright, so comes down to whether he has Yujin or not, probably. Do I play into a Yujin or do I not? Is the big question that's haunting me right now. If I play Visionary and Dwynen's Elite, which is the most aggressive play, if he Yujins, I literally just can't play any of the cards left in my hand, whereas if I just Huntmaster and pass, if he plays Yujin, I'm not in terrible shape. I think I'm going to play it slightly safer, even though it's less aggressive. None of the lines actually look very good for me. I didn't hit my combo pieces and I didn't hit my mana, so it's a little ugly. I mean, I'm on the draw against Tron too, which is not where we want to be in general. Sideboard is going to get a lot harder for us in this matchup too, because red-green is going to run a lot of things like Pyroclasm that just wipe our whole board, and we can't do much about it. And does he have Yujin? He does. Okay. So he minuses here. Means we at least played it correctly. We played assuming that he had Yujin, and he did. Unfortunately, and we also forced him to -4 there, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, we haven't drawn lands or combo pieces, so this is not looking... I mean, it wouldn't have actually mattered if we drew combo pieces. I think we still would have just been a turn too slow. But this is looking pretty grim for us. This is probably just a really bad matchup. Well, I'm going to lead off on Visionary. If he wants to plus him to kill Visionary, that's fine. We get a Llanowar Elves, not the worst thing, but we really needed more land. We needed to force a down tick here, which I guess even an extra land doesn't really do, but he's gonna uptick here, which is bad. And then, you know, if he can just keep upticking and killing creatures, we're in pretty rough shape. So he taps 4, 7, 9 mana. What does he have for 9 mana? I don't actually know anything that Tron plays that costs 9. Okay, he plays a 7 mana card. I mean, I'm gonna scoop. He's gonna kill a land, and then we're gonna be out. So that is scoopable. There's no way of winning from that. Even if we drew a land, we would be dead on board. Even if we drew land 3 or 4 turns in a row, we would not be getting out of that. All right, so against Tron, I think we bring in Natural State, especially with how loosely he was playing with his. He was playing pretty fast and loose with his expedition map. I mean, actually, I guess that's not true. He used it the same turn. He broke it the same turn he used it. I still think it's worth it. A lot of times we can hit something with it. Lys Alana is a little too slow and grindy. I'll go down one of them. I mean, it's hard because they're a combo piece, and if Tron slips up, could be good. I think Imperious Perfect is also not where we want to be. Visionary is actually not terrible against him. I think I'm going to go down one of those. Is that about right? I could go down an Arbor Elf or something. No, I think we want to cut the top end because we want to be fast in this matchup. I have a bad feeling about this matchup. I just think this is not one we're likely to win. Well, we got a Natural State, which is pretty good. Turn 1 Arbor Elf. Turn 2 Dwynen's Elite, turn 3 Heritage Druid, and try to go off. It's not the best hand I've seen, especially if we get another Forest, though. It is a very reasonable hand. But we'll see if we get another Forest. Also gives us, if he plays Expedition Map this turn, sometimes they're just kind of forced to, basically priced into it. Plays a Star. Star is not the one we want to kill, for sure. So that puts us in a position where we don't want to use Natural State, because Star gives them it would take them off colored mana, which actually could be worth it here. We don't know what their hand looks like, but I don't think it's worth it. Okay, so we got the extra land. So I think Dwynen's Elite, Heritage Druid, and then, well, we keep going, right? That's the way our deck plays. 3 more mana. Unfortunately, we don't really want to play it. I mean, we could do Dwynen's Elite plus kill the Star. I mean, it does take them off colored mana. It very well could be worth it, but they still, like I said, they still get the card draw off this one. I don't think it's worth it here. I could be wrong. Okay, get some stuff. Mostly Lords. Not quite really what we're looking for. They're not going to help us go off very much, but could have been a lot worse too. Alright. And we pass turn. Dwynen's Elite is pretty neat just because it's kind of mana neutral with Heritage Druid. Unfortunately, none of the other ones are mana neutral, so we don't have a whole lot of mana to play with. He breaks Star for green, presumably. And then probably Sylvan Scryings, and then probably just has a turn 3 Tron, is my guess. So, got a little lucky. I think you hit turn 3 Tron. I guess he didn't hit it in game 1. I think you hit it, yeah, probably about close to 50% of the time. I think that's probably about where it is. I have to do the math, and I haven't, so I don't know for sure. Alright, he passes. And I think, again, we're just going to be too slow here. We don't get to win here, I don't think. We do have a few mana neutral cards we can just dump, which probably makes sense. He can't have Yujin next turn. I definitely put down Elvish Archdruid. He's might be priced into killing that with Karn if he can. So I'm going to start with the ones I think I'm almost 100% sure are the right moves. So Dwynen's Elite. I could try Sylvan Messenger here. I don't think it's worth it. Then I think, so I have basically 6 mana right now. I mean, maybe it's right just to do Ezuri plus Archdruid here. What else could I do? I could do 6. I could do Sylvan Messenger plus Llanowar Elves. Let's do Ezuri plus Archdruid, I guess. So the advantage of doing Sylvan Messenger is if I hit at least one other 1 mana, I could do one of the 3 mana also. Is that right? I mean, I'm going to tap everything. I don't think there's any world where I don't do that. The only question is, do I Messenger? If I Messenger and hit another 1-drop, I can play Llanowar Elves and the other 1-drop and then still play one of the Lords. So I think I'm going to try it. It's a little riskier. Please hit a 1-drop elf. I think I have a pretty high percentage chance to. I didn't. I whiffed. Well, that's unfortunate. That means I'm going to play, I guess I'll put down Visionary here, draw a card, and I am super flooded with Lords for next turn. That was probably, it was the higher risk play, so it looks wrong given that it didn't work out. I'm not sure whether it was wrong, but it definitely looks bad now. Well, that's a sphere, that's not even a threat. Does he have Wormcoil maybe? Wormcoil's okay. We actually have, oh, Natural State doesn't hit it, does it? Alright, what can I do here? I might be able to go off, but if he has Yujin next turn, he'll just win. It still might be worth it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I think I want to Lys Alana. Let me check how much mana I have just on board. Because I think I'm going to basically tap everything for mana. Okay. That would give me double Lys Alana, and then I'd have 3 mana left over. I think that's right. I think that's what I want. Oop, something happened. Okay, that was just taking a while. And I can play the other Lys Alana. I can leave, I guess, Dwynen's Elite up. I don't know why that matters. Oh, actually, I can leave Arbor Elf up if I want to. Again, not that it will hopefully matter, but always yes, always yield. Yep. Well, so now it's just a matter of whether he has Yujin the Spirit Dragon. If he doesn't, we actually have, I think, a relatively good shot just because we're going off so hard with double Lys Alana. then I can, and these two guys are untapped even. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Elvish Archdruid. Always yes. Yep. Llanowar Elves. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Imperious Perfect. Yep. Elvish Archdruid. Yep. Ezuri. Oh, cancel. I need to, this. 1, 2, 3. Ezuri. Maybe I should have kept Ezuri in hand so I could use him next turn. I'm not sure. Then I want to 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Attack. And then it's up to whether he has Eugen. If he has Eugen, he just wins, basically. He blocks. My guy's trample, so he loses 1 life total. Gets 2 worm tokens back. I don't lose anything. Seems alright. I probably should have actually left more mana up, and then that way. Oh no, Eugen exiles anyway. I guess if he has Oblivion Stone, he also just wins here probably. But we'll see what he has. He attacks. He probably has Oblivion Stone, and he wants to get in damage before setting off Oblivion Stone, is my guess. And he can just play it and then set it off immediately. Regenerate doesn't do any good against Oblivion Stone anyway, so yeah, I think pretty much whatever I played. Nope, that's not Oblivion Stone. That's just a Chromatic Sphere. I guess he's digging. Hoping to hit something. That's a good way to hit it, though. If he hits it, he wins. Karn. Karn doesn't do it. Karn is fine. I'm not scared of Karn. I don't think Karn does anything here. Oh, he does have. He has Oblivion Stone anyway. All right. Well, when you have good hands, I mean, he drew really well both games. We drew poorly game 1, well game 2, but it was a turn too slow, you know. All right. I'm gonna put down an elf and see what you do. Yep. I mean, that's the way it goes. He had a good draw game 1, and we had a bad draw game 1. We had a pretty great draw game 2, and he had an equally great draw game 2, and he's a deck that's strong against us. So you're gonna lose those games sometimes. Sanctum, sure. So he'll sack Sanctum, get Ulamog. Alright, I'm ready to scoop. It doesn't really matter even what he hits with Karn. Yeah, no, I get it. Alright, well, that was the game. That was an anticlimactic one. I mean, I don't think we have a good matchup against Tron. I think probably 70 to 80% of the time we will win games when we have games like game 2 and we're on the play. But obviously he had the perfect draw to beat us, right? I mean, he naturally drew one of his 2 or 3 Oblivion Stones, and he had turn 3 Tron. There's not, I mean, and he had a Worm Coil in hand that we had to deal with. There's not going to be that, you know, there's not too much we can do about that. So I still think the deck is really strong, just tough matchup and tough pair of draws. They drew well, and we drew, like I said, I'm not complaining about our draw the second game. It looked a little weak, and then we drew into what we needed. The one choice I made turn 3 to go for the Lead the Stampede, was it? Or no, it was the 4-mana Messenger. I went for the Messenger instead of going for the safer play. That one might have actually cost us the game. We might have been able to get our guys big enough if I hadn't done that by playing the Archdruid instead and tapping it for mana. But I think the probabilities were highly in my favor of hitting a 1-drop, since we run, I think, 16 of them, and we're looking at 4 cards. I mean, I guess not highly. About on average, we would expect to hit a 1-drop elf there, I think. So I thought it was likely, and if we did, I think we would have gone off even harder and won. But maybe it was a win more. Maybe it was maybe the safer play was the better play, and maybe that still would have won. Maybe I should have thought about it more and done a little bit more math on how I thought it would have worked out. Either way, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Hey guys, Bobgar here. I just really wanted to quickly say, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you enjoy my content in general and would like to see more of it, subscribe. I'll be coming out with more content in the future. And please leave me comments and let me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, both in terms of production and in terms of my play and my deck building and all that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time.